polls show the economy is the top issue for voters. And according to the latest ABC News Washington Post poll, more than 40% of Americans say they are worse off financially than they were 2 years ago. Let's bring in ABC News contributor Amanda Renteria, the former national political director for Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign, along with National Review editor and conservative opinion columnist Ramesh Ponnuru for more on this. Ramesh, Republicans have hammered Democrats on the economy, but Democrats say, while Republicans have a lot of criticism, they don't have a plan. So what would Republicans do to fight inflation and help the economy if they win?
Well, I think what Republicans would say is that the first thing they would do is stop, that they would not go ahead with the big spending plans that the Democrats have favored, that they have passed even with warnings from even Democratic economists that they were stoking inflation. But the fact of the matter is that midterm elections are not cases where voters are looking at detailed policy agendas on each side and making their decisions based on that. It's a referendum on the performance of the incumbent party. It's a way of saying yes or no to whether they're happy with the way things are going. And right now, I think the answer is going to be no.
So, Amanda, why should Americans trust Democrats to fix the economy if they haven't been able to do that so far, despite controlling Congress and the White House?
So I think this is what's really important for Democrats to do. It's always been the case that folks focus a lot of time on making sure to pass policy and not enough time talking about what they actually created. The idea that this president actually created 490,000 jobs, that matters. We've got to be telling that story. The fact that child tax credit was an important point in reducing child poverty when the pandemic hit, those kinds of things need to be told. The Inflation Reduction Act that had small business credit loans, those kinds of things need to be the story that Democrats are telling all across the country, because then you can see why it matters to have Democrats in charge, why those policies can make a difference, even if you might not see the results today, right now. The fact that there's a plan and it's in place to move forward, that's why it's important for Democrats to be in office, to make sure that we're really putting forward the policies that are going to help people in these moments that we're all facing a recession.
Ramesh, jeopardy to democracy has climbed up there in the polls in terms of importance to voters. Now, some Republican candidates have refused to say if they'll concede if they lose. Some have gone so far as to say they won't concede. So what happens if they follow through on that? And what's the point of running in an election if you're only willing to accept the outcome you want?
Well, I think this is a very corrosive trend, and it's something that has been gathering force in American politics for a long time, but particularly when Donald Trump shamefully decided to lie about the fact that he lost in 2020. But I don't think that voters are going to be casting their ballots based on democracy, because I think there's a certain level of cynicism about the way both parties have treated this issue.
Now, Amanda, Republicans have also largely accused Democrats of being out of touch and focusing on the wrong issues. So if Republicans do take control of Congress, how should Democrats re-examine their strategy ahead of 2024?
I think it's really important to understand the Democratic Party is quite a diverse tent. And so the idea of talking about women's rights has been very important throughout this process. Talking about what Democrats are doing for the economy is also really important. And talking about democracy, as you've heard in the last several days, in order to ensure that we have election integrity is really important. And so as Democrats think about moving forward, it will be important to think about where are those bipartisan opportunities. And this is what President Biden has been good at. He did pass a bipartisan infrastructure bill. Those are the kinds of things that we are going to need to look for going forward to bring our country back together again and move forward during tough economic times.
All right, Amanda Renteria, Ramesh Ponnuru, we appreciate your time today. Thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.